Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K here, and today we've got some pretty awesome stuff. We have seen an absolute rally with OMI. We've seen some great updates coming up from the VeVe team. Specifically, they are migrating over to immutable now. They are going to be releasing more information with how we can swap our tokens over. They've all got it sorted. It is coming, and we also have some pretty awesome stuff with regards to some upcoming drops as well. So without further ado, we'll go straight into it. Now, firstly, if we go straight to Twitter, we had a pretty cool update. Yesterday there was a kind of impromptu Twitter Spaces with this person here, Jeremiah. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his surname. We also had this guy here, Dan Schwabel, and basically these guys, they have hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter, and they just jumped on the VeVe train. You know, there was a huge discussion about how VeVe is going to outperform CryptoPunk. It's going to outperform, you know, Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's going to outperform everything else that's on OpenSea. And there was a long discussion about it, but you know, the fact of the matter is VeVe is still relatively undiscovered. As soon as it hits OpenSea and gets all that liquidity, we're going to start to see some crazy prices. So what he said was, and this was pretty interesting, is part of kind of the exclusivity factor of some of these cryptos, these NFTs on OpenSea, is you get invited to like an exclusive group or an exclusive server by owning one of these, and they wanted to create something like that for VeVe, and lo and behold, they did. So if you hold a Superman, a Spider-Man, a secret rare, or a Todd McFarlane, you automatically get invite to this secret server that they have, and you don't need all three, you only need one of the three. So I think Superman is kind of like the cheapest option to go for, and you know, within 24 hours the price absolutely skyrocketed. You know, the Todd is going for about 1k now, Spider-Man Ultimate Animated is over 5k, the Superman is approaching, you know, like 800 900 gems. I think that will probably hit 1k as well. The whole VeVe kind of NFT market is moving up though, so that is pretty awesome. So what I did want to also talk about is just in terms of the drop that we had recently on the weekend. So we had the Run English drop, so you guys can see I've got like the full set now. There was some more additional information that was kind of missed. I was kind of talking about this earlier, but you know, for some reason it's kind of started to blow up. Is you'll be able to create the last fat breakfast, so that's pretty awesome. When you have all 13, I believe there is going to be one more set of Run English, and there should be one more final collectible. I think it's going to be a secret rare. That's my opinion. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now, in terms of the Hulk comic drop that is coming up tomorrow, now this comic, the Immortal Hulk, we're going with the kind of similar edition numbers that we saw recently with the Black Widow one, and that is 30,000 editions. We've got 600 secret rares, so you've got a 2% chance of getting a secret rare. Now, I don't see this holding as much value as the other comics, specifically the kind of OG ones. And if we have a look at the physicals, as we know, there is some kind of price correlation with the physicals and kind of digital versions. So a 9.8 signed by the author is about $400. You know, with the Spider-Man, we saw that going for like 3k, 4k, 5k, and this is a 9.8, pretty high grading, and it is signed by the author. So, you know, that kind of puts in perspective that, you know, it is a more modern comic. It's one of the newer ones, so obviously it will hold less value than the OG ones. But we can see, you know, some of the other ones here. So 9.8 version of the variant cover, that's actually worth more, which makes sense. You know, this is kind of the comic, I guess this is the common version, and you can see some of the other covers as well. They're all going for below 1k, so I suspect that this will probably have similar valuation to maybe you know, the New Mutants, one of the more kind of like modern comics. But that's fine. You know, we have the kind of more OG Hulk comic already anyway, which is the Future Perfect one, so that's a bit older than this Immortal Hulk, but pretty awesome stuff there as well. Now lastly, what I want to just touch on is the price of OMI for today. Now, interesting stuff has been happening. OMI has been gaining more volume, more liquidity. People are starting to realize that OMI is pretty much doing its own thing. It is, you know, more resistant to the crypto market now that it has gained more adoption compared to, you know, other cryptos, and we see that perfectly. There has been a huge dump in the crypto market related to China again. You know, it's always going to be some China FUD, but OMI has kind of held very, very well above the 0.5 cent range. And the last time we touched for 0.5 cents was back here. We literally wicked to it and then we came all the way back down. And this was to do with when Marvel was kind of announced. Now we've broken 0.6 cents and we're holding at this point of support, which is around about 0.5. So the 0.5 cents has gone from being a resistance to a support. And I believe we will continue on that trend. So where do I see us going next? Well, the fact that this 0.5 cent, even with the whole crypto market down, is serving as a resistance. If we zoom out on the 4-hourly chart, we can see here that last time we were touching 0.6 was around about, we had support at 0.6 back in like May, end of April. And that was kind of like following on from, you know, the big dump. That was a month after the Uniswap listing when we were at all-time highs. I believe we are going to start forming some support here next once the crypto market recovers, and then from here, as we can see, we just go straight back up to, you know, this 0.7 range and then 0.9, and then we can start to see the 1 cent to 1.3 cent range again, which was our previous all-time high. And we can see, you know, this nice kind of cup. We are on a recovery, and you know, just going back to what we said before, is we drew this, you know, ages ago. We said that we were going to touch this point of support and then rebound. We're going to break and retest this, and then we'll continue to the upside. But that happened a little bit later, a little bit further up this trend line. We did come back down, we did bounce, we did break, and then we just smashed through. And that's exactly what we predicted. So what's going to happen next? I predict that we're just going to sit nice and steady as the crypto market dumps on this 0.5 cent range. I don't think OMI is going to come back below 0.4. You know, the time to accumulate, just to put it in perspective, I was telling people, you know, this is where I'm buying. I'm buying here. I'm buying here. I'm just going to dollar cost average all along this point here. So this is about, you know, 3 to 4 months worth of dollar cost averaging. I'd say 3 months of dollar cost averaging. That brought my average price down a lot. And now we're ready to move to the upside. So, you know, we still have quite a long way to go, but loads of gains to be made in this time. So on that point, the collectibles have also been seeing a steady increase, and that was my question, is as the price of OMI goes up, will the VeVe collectible prices also go up? And that just seems to be what's happening, because you will be able to buy the collectibles using OMI as well. So everything is pretty much up on the collectibles app. I am up quite a bit as well. As you guys know, I tend to buy one of everything, assuming it's not too overpriced. And so, you know, the stuff that I have, like the golden dragon girl, the backstab rabbit, hunter rabbit, all of that stuff is kind of doing quite well. So I'm pretty happy. You know, even the Captain America Ultra Rare, which was being royally disrespected, people listing it for retail price, that is around about $350, $360 360 gems on the VeVe app now. So it's gone up by about 100 gems. So I'm pretty happy with that, because listing that at retail was just ridiculous. I don't know why people would do that, because they are making a loss on an ultra rare Captain America animated. But you know, there you go, some people, that's just how they are. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to go through with you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Do check out the link below for the OMI Homie t-shirts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.